All right, welcome to the Fantasy Football Draft Guide. So here's what it's going to look like. You're going to come here to the ESPN Fantasy app right there. Then we're going to make sure up at the top here it says football, games, basketball, hockey. We just want to make sure that football is selected, and then it'll automatically take you here every time, so you don't have to switch this again. But we'll just make sure that football's here. We'll find our team. This is our league, but we're not drafting yet, so I made this mock league here to show you how the draft works. So we're going to join the draft, just like it says there, and it'll take us to this screen. Now, you can see that little timer up there is counting us down to the draft. And if you look up at the top here, it says drafting first, Team Carrillo. And then there's 5 little slots. And then we have the green slot. That's because I'm pick number 6. Okay, so we are waiting for that next green spot, and that's our pick, okay? And these are all the players that we have to choose from. One thing I want to do first is come up here to the top, that little cog right at the very top right of the screen. Click that, and then, so you'll see it here. I'll click it again. And then I want to turn off the sound because that's kind of annoying. And then also this little thing that says hide unavailable players, I'm going to turn that off as well, because I want to be able to see everybody who's been drafted. I'll show you how that looks here in a second after the draft gets started. But you can see that all the players are ranked here. And so it makes it easy. It shows their name, their team, and their position. So Justin Jefferson was just picked as the number 1 pick. You can see on the right here, it shows that he was drafted. Jamar Chase was just drafted at number 2. They're both wide receivers, as you can see on the left there under their name. And everybody, you can see there's a countdown for 30 seconds. Everybody has 30 seconds to pick. This is just for the mock draft. We'll have 90 seconds, so a little bit more time to make our picks. But as you can see here, I like this view better because it shows who was picked up. If we switch this, come back up here to the cog and switch this back on, you'll see it doesn't show who was drafted. It just shows the best players that are available, and I just like to see who was drafted better. So, all right, I'm on the clock here, and you'll see it turns green. You're on the clock. If you run out of time, it automatically just takes the top person that's available. So that would be Travis Kelce here. And I want him anyways, so I'm going to push that draft button, and that picks him up for me. So he's drafted, and now he's on my team. I'm going to come back over here, click this back off so we can see who's all been picked. So I picked Travis Kelce there, and you'll see the next little green thing up at the top is my next pick. So it's coming up fast, and the reason why it does that, so I was the 6th pick in the first round, but then it goes 8, 7, 6 for the second round. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to make it even. So I was the 6th pick in the first round. I'll be the 3rd pick in the second round, and here I am. I'm up. So my automatic pick would be Derrick Henry, but I don't want him. So you'll see I'm scrolling down here, and Stephon Diggs is available at 13. I'm going to draft him instead. Okay, so you can pick somebody who's not at the top. You can pick whoever you want. But these rankings just kind of give you a guide to make your pick. And then you can, down here at the bottom, you'll see there's a few different options. We're on the players on the left. If you click Q, we won't worry about that right now, but the one on the right is the one I want to show you. It's your picks. So if I go back to this again, your picks, shows you who you've picked so far. So I've got my tight end and my wide receiver, Travis Kelce and Stephon Diggs. Now I still need, you'll see here that we have, in our starting lineup, we have 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, a flex position, which is, it can be a tight end, wide receiver, or running back. And then a defense, a kicker, and then our bench spots down below here. So, as you can see, I still need a quarterback, both my running backs, a wide receiver, and a flex to finish out my starting team. So I'm going to come back over here to players, and if I wanted to target a running back for this next pick, I can come up here right above the player list where it says all positions, and I can click on that. So you can see here, I'll click it again and switch it over to running backs. And this just shows the running backs that are available. So I'm hoping that Josh Jacobs doesn't get picked up, this number 19, because I really like him. He would be a great starting running back for me. But you can see here, he might get picked up. We've got 2 more picks to wait. So we'll watch it here and see if he gets picked up. Oh, there he goes. So Team Parrish took him 2 picks before me. So now and that's what happens in the draft. So now I have to pick somebody else. And then Joe Mixon, he was going to be my other pick, and he just got picked up too. So I'm going to take number 29 here, Travis Etienne. Really quick, I'm just going to go back over to the all positions to see where he would fall. So it looks like we've got all these wide receivers that are coming up before Travis Etienne. And I noticed that number 24 is Chris Olave, and that's actually a better pick. So I'm going to take him and then worry about running backs later. So anyways, that's kind of how it works. I'll do 1 more pick here, and then we'll finish. But it's really fun, and it's pretty straightforward. The app makes it really easy, and you can do as much research or as little research as you want with the picks and still have a really fun time. So we'll wait here for the next pick. You can see Patrick Mahomes was that first quarterback taken off the board. And the reason why quarterbacks they're not up at the top is because there's not a real difference between the top quarterback and like the 10th quarterback. There's not a lot of disparity there. And so they're taken a little bit later because the difference between the top running back and like the 10th running back is quite a bit more. And so it's not just about total points that they're going to score. It's about how much more they'll score than the next player in that position group. So that's why the rankings are set the way that they are, where there's no quarterbacks at the beginning, because they're just not as dispersed in total points. Okay, I'm up now again. My auto pick would be Jalen Waddle, but I really need a running back. So I'll come down here, see what running backs we have available. Travis Etienne, that guy I was going to pick last time, is gone. So I'm going to go ahead and take Aaron Jones. He plays for Green Bay, and Jordan Love is their quarterback. So they're not going to be passing it a ton. They're going to be running it a lot with Aaron Jones. So I'm going to draft him. So there we go. That's fantasy football.